Hello, hello, testing, testing, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. I hope, guys, you can hear me. I'm facing some issues with the internet, and I believe not the internet, but actually the streaming software. I was trying a new software, and it seems it's not working well. So I had to go back to my previous software. So, first of all, welcome to the stream. I hope everyone is here and you can hear me properly. If you can, please do confirm in the chat. I will be looking at your response. So we have already a lot of questions. Okay, so please take 2 sessions per week. You have made us so crazy about AI after your course. Okay, I will consider that. I will note it down. Hopefully we can do 2. Then I have a humble request. Could you please make video on recreating the Gemini demo of the video streaming in real life using Llama or Gemini Vision or using VLM? Sure, I will look into that as well. Hello everyone from US. Hello back. Welcome, welcome. And then we have make my request. Okay, I will definitely look into that. Excellent job following you all the way. Thank you very much. Game over. I guess because of the stream. So can you guys hear me? Please confirm that in the chat. Are you able to hear me? Looking forward to your computer vision live projects. Great. We'll be creating a lots of them. Any chance you can move your mic a bit closer? It's okay. Oh, someone wrote my name in Arabic and send it. Thank you very much. Hi back. Loud and clear. Okay, let me increase the gain. Hopefully that will be a little bit better. Okay, so now let's get started with our session today. What exactly are we going to build? It will be an amazing app, which will be Caption Generator. So here I have opened up a software. I recently came across this and I really enjoy and love this software from now onwards. So I am pretty sure I'm going to use it every now and then. So this software is basically Excel Draw, and it allows you to basically brainstorm your ideas, and it is very easy to use, very convenient. And because you don't have a limited space, it feels like a bigger vision. You can zoom in, zoom out, and it becomes very easy to follow along. Again, it's not paid. It's free to use, and it's not sponsored by this software. So I'm just mentioning it as I feel about it. So what we will do is we are going to write here that we are going to do a caption generator app. So this will be our app that we are going to create. We'll make it white. And there you go. So we are going to do a caption generating app. Now, the thing is, we did that in our AI course as well. Now, if you go to our AI course, that's pretty much what we did. Let me open that up. If I go to YouTube, hopefully my software can take it. when your head is tilted to the right side, it's kind of quiet. Okay, I will try to balance it out. I will adjust the mic a little bit so that it's more towards me. Love from Islamabad, Pakistan. Thank you very much. Okay, so here we have our AI for everyone course. Going to mute it. And if we go to the caption generator, caption, where are you? Here I am. So here you can see this is the caption generator. After photo semantics, we did the caption generator app. Now, if you look here, the main idea behind this project was that we were generating captions using our GPU. And we were also using a service like ChatGPT, which is paid. So it is a little bit difficult to do something like that. So here you can see we are getting the response. So you add an image and then you get a response out of it, which can be anything. It's basically telling you what exactly is the image about. So if you put an image of a woman, for example, on a bicycle with her child, then it will say woman riding a bike with a child in the seat. Okay. And then after that, from there, we will send it to ChatGPT and that it will create this, caption with it. Now, this is a good thing, but if I were to use this in my daily life, or if I were to use it personally, I don't want to use it with my local GPU, with my ChatGPT subscription. I don't want to add that integration. What I want to do is I want to do it completely free. Okay. And I don't want to use my GPU. So how exactly can I do this? What we can do is we can use API calls. But you would say that API calls are expensive and they charge you for it. But today we are going to use API calls that are completely free. And you could even use it at your home. You could create it as a link, just open it up within your local environment. You just open it up and then you drag your image. It will create the caption for you. You copy that and use it on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want. So that's the main task, that we want to make it on a personal level and we want to use it so that we can actually use it in our daily life. So that's the main idea. I hope that is clear. So given that we understood the first parts, let me open up. So let me open up an image because I want to write we are doing all the brainstorming within this. So that's why we are going to write it down. So let's wait for it to open up. So let's say we have the example of the cat. I really enjoyed that example. That's why I like to use that every now and then. So here is the example. This is the brainstorming we are doing here. So this is our input. So I will write down here that this will be my input. And what this will do is we will send that in to our, let's say, model, our AI model. And what that will do, it is going to generate, let's make it a little bit smaller. What that will do is it will generate a caption. That caption, let's say, will be let's say, yeah, well, I remember from the intro video, it was a perfectly timed jump over the fence. So let's say that is the caption that it generates at the very end. Okay. Now, before we do that, we have to go through the semantics part. So we will have an AI that will create the semantics for us. So we will send it to that AI and it will generate the semantics. And that semantics, let's say a cat jumping over a fence. And here we can add some hashtags as well. Hashtag cat life, hashtag no fear, let's say. So let's say that's basically our caption. So what happens is that there is an AI model that is only for semantics. There is an AI model that is only for semantics. So when you send in your values, when you send in something here, what it will do is it will provide you with the semantics first. Once we get those, we are going to send it to another AI model, and that will be for caption. So we can write here AI caption. There you go. So what we can do is we can change the color of this so that it's visually different, so that we can say that it is a different AI model. So this green part is for the semantics, and the pink part, let's say, is for the caption generating. So now we have multiple options we can use here. Which models can we use? For semantics, we are going to use the Hugging Face model. So let me open that up. Hugging Face models. If we go to Hugging Face and we go to text classification, or is it computer vision, we have image to text. So that's what we will need. Image to text. We have someone from Indonesia. Welcome. Hi, sir. Welcome, welcome. We are creating this app that we will be a caption generating app. Why is it out of focus? So it will allow us to get captions from our images. So that's what we are building if you have just joined. So that's the idea. Now we are, first of all, we have two models. The first one, we are trying to find which model should we use. And this is pretty much how currently the AI industry is working. There is no single answer when you are deploying models. So you have to get multiple models and you have to connect them together to actually find an answer. So based on your requirement, you can have multiple models connected, and then that is going to give you the main output. So that's the basic idea. So here, when we are creating an AI, for example, app, we need to discuss which models do we have and which ones can we use easily. So here at Hugging Face, we have the models, and we can see we have image to text. So if we click on that, we will get blip image captioning large. So this is a model that we can use to actually run this. So I will click on that. And as I mentioned earlier, we are not going to do anything related to downloading the model or running an inference using our GPU. We want to make it very simple so that nothing happens in our computer. I can have the worst PC ever and it will still work. Why? Because we will be making API calls and they will be completely free. Now, this is a very good thing about Hugging Face, that they allow you to deploy models. Now, they allow you to deploy models using Inference APIs, and they also allow you to use endpoints. Now, you might say, what is the difference between these? The API model, basically, they have hosted this model. They have it running on their server. And you can make a call and you can get access. You can get the answer from it. The other one, the endpoint, is basically you have the hosted model and you do the same thing. You ask it and it will return you the answer. Now you would say, wait, that's the exact same thing. What changed? So the main difference is, when does it stop working? So with the Inference API, it will only work when you send the command. Okay. So let's say, let me explain it here. So let's say we have our server. We will make it blue. I hope people are interested in this topic because I'm about to explain how the deployment works. So the idea is that this is the server. Okay, so here is the server. This is our server, and it has the AI model in it. Okay, so within our server, we have our AI model. So now when we have the API inference, the idea is that we will make a call from our computer. This is our computer. And what we will do is we will make a call and we will ask it to do something, right? It can be anything you want. Give me the semantics of this image, let's say. So we are basically sending this image as our API call. So that's what we are doing. So it is sending the value to the server. Okay. Now, what happens next? Now, one option is that this server was sleeping. Okay. This server was in deep sleeping. And then it wakes up and says, oh, somebody sent me an image. I need to send it the response, right? So then it will send me the response that, let's say the caption is, or the semantics are a cat jumping over a fence. That's our response. So it will send that. But because it was sleeping, it will take some time. And we call that cold start. So that sleeping part, when you wake it up, there is a little bit of lag because it will need a cold start, right? The server was sleeping, it will need a cold start. It will take some time to wake up. Then it will say, okay, let's get started. And it will send the command back to the computer. The other way, by the way, this is the API inference. So this is the API inference. The other way is that it's not sleeping. Instead, it is waiting, right? So here it is sleeping. Here it is waiting. And this is no cold start. We do not have any cold start. Now, the way I like to give the example of this is imagine that this sleeping part, the API inference, is like a car which is waiting for you, but it has turned off the engine. So whenever you want to go and go to your destination, then the driver will have to start the car and then it will take you to your destination. That is for API inference. For endpoints, that's not the case. The case is that the driver has turned on the car. He is waiting with the car ready. So what will happen is that they will keep waiting, but they will keep wasting the fuel. So there will be no lag, there will be no cold start, but it will cost you more. So when it comes to money, API inference is cheaper, and the endpoints, they are expensive. So that's the main difference between these two. Now, the good thing is that a lot of these models that are very difficult for us to run, what Hugging Face is done, they have hosted their models, these models, in their server. And now we can access them for free. So forget about cheaper, it's just free for us, right? And that's is an amazing thing, right? Now, if you were to make this for a company or do something else, then of course you will go and buy this endpoint, right? You will buy the endpoint. You can also buy the API inference if you have something private or if you don't want to wait in line before other people can use it and so on. But in most cases, if you want to do it for a personal thing, or if you want to create your portfolio that I'm able to create this app, then I would highly recommend you go with the API Inference, because it's free to use and we can get started right away. And I will show you how you can do that. Can I get how to code? I will show you the coding part. Can you please tell me the best module for building inference, such as Tinker is best for other module? I don't understand that question. You make learning so easy by relating with simple and different. Thank you very much. Fully interested. Great. So now what we will do is we will continue, and I will show you how can you use the API inference. Why is it blur? Why is it not zooming properly? Okay, so it does get better with time. So we will go to Hugging Face, and as we were discussing earlier, we will use the deployment method of Inference API, and this will be free for us because Hugging Face, thankfully, is hosting this. If they are not hosting it, then we will have to host it somewhere and then get the response from there. But they are. So as you can see here, they are also showing it here that this is the Inference API. Now, how much do you get? How many response do you get? What will be the timings? They haven't really mentioned it, to be honest. They don't really tell you how many calls you can make per minute or any other units. They just mention that you can use it, and if you get the pro version, you can get better response, faster response. That's the only thing they said. Say unlock inference for pros. What does that mean? To be honest, I don't even know that. So will it be better? Of course. How much better? I don't know. I tried myself with the free version. It works as well, and it is fast. So maybe in some cases when the servers are jammed or when there's a lot of traffic, maybe you will not get a priority at that case. So you definitely cannot build something commercial or marketable with this. So you can do it for testing and other purposes. These are the inference endpoints. And as you can see, they are very expensive. You might say, oh, it's 0.06 per hour. But for an individual, if you multiply that, let's bring on the calculator. If you multiply that 0.06 into how many hours do we have? 24 into 30, how many days we have? It is 43. So it's 43 for those endpoints. This is the starting value, and probably it's for the CPU version. And if you go for the GPU, then it is more expensive, I believe. So yeah, that's the main idea. Now what we will do is we are going to learn how to use this. So to deploy this, we are going to click on Inference API, and it will give us this, right? So it will give us this, that you can copy all of that, and this is pretty much it. It will run your code, and that's how simple it is, right? And if you click on show your API token, then it will show the API token here. So if I click on that, you can see my fixed API token. So don't use my API token, guys. Use your own, right? So go and use your own so that it doesn't lag. Now it won't charge me anything, but still there's no need to copy that, right? So what we can do is we can simply copy this part, and now we can go and we can open up. Where is our open up? We can open up a new PyCharm project. I like to use PyCharm. You can use VS Code as well. A lot of people ask me, can we use VS Code? Can we use Sublime? Can we use, what's the name? VM? You can use anything you want, as long as you know how to create the virtual environment, how to get it up and running. PyCharm makes it a little bit easier. That's why I like to use this. So Caption generator free. That's the main part. It's going to be free. That's why we like this. New window. I will open it up. And where is it? There you go. So that's our window. Now remember, we have copied this part. Copy. I will click on it again. If you didn't get it, you click on that again. So we are going to right click here and we will create a new Python file. And what should we call it? Let's call it main. I'm getting lazy. So let's just call it main, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay. So do we have any questions? You make learning so easy relating. Oh, that's the previous one. Thank you. But still, thank you. Fully interested. I need answer of two import things. One is, when is your drone programming course is launching? Second, what is price? The drone programming course is launching on 2nd of April, which is around 11 days from now. I believe maybe 10 days. So that is when it's launching. What is the price? The price is confidential. I will share the price on the launch date. But let me tell you something very special. Earlier, our courses, they were a bit expensive. We got the feedback that they are a little bit on the expensive side. So this time around, we have made it so cheap that the starting version is going to be in double figures. So it won't be in triple or four figures. It will be in double figures. So you can think of what will be the pricing, right? So it will be interesting. Okay, anyways, so moving on. This is how simple it's going to get, that you don't even need anything else. All you need is just requests. This is what we need to actually run this. So by default, I believe it used to install. It didn't install. So if it didn't install, you can go to terminal and you can simply write pip install requests. But it should. Normally, I believe it does. Anyways, so there you go. Now requests has been installed. Here we have our API URL. Here we have our authorization token. So this is the token. It is confidential, but I'm sharing with you guys, hoping that nobody is going to copy this and do that. Any information on limits like throttling or number of hits, hours of free? To be honest, I don't have that. If I do, I will share with you as well. Maybe there is. I couldn't find it. But if you do, please, if somebody knows, please put it in the chat. I would love to see that. Okay, so this is the basic idea. And then they need an image by the name cats.jpg. So let me bring that image of cat. I will copy that. And this cat image I generated myself using, I believe, the Stable Diffusion STXL. So the Excel version 1, I believe. Yeah. So, and I use the refiner model as well. That's why the image is quite clear. Otherwise, if you just use the base model, it might not give you that realistic look sometimes. And it gives you a little bit of deformation as well. But if you use it with the refiner, the end quality image is really great. So here we have cat.jpg. And if we run this now, hopefully it should work. Okay, it didn't work. So because here it says cat and here it says cats. So the first time it didn't work. Attempt number 2. And oh, we didn't print. Did we print? No, we didn't print. Yeah, we need to print output 0 generated text. So we need the actual text. So we will get the first element of it. And then from that element, we are going to get our generated text. So as you know, third time is the charm. So we are going to try it for the third time. And we got it. There you go. So as you can see, that's how simple it is. There is a cat that is jumping over a fence. We got it by simply writing maybe 5 lines of code, and in 5 minutes. You just need to know the basics of it. And there you go. It didn't ask me for anything fancy. I didn't have to pay anything, and it just worked, right? So that is the main idea. Someone is asking, what plugin do you use to finish the code string? I'm using the GitHub Copilot. Unfortunately, it's the paid version. Yeah, but it is quite helpful. As you can see, it works well, and I'm happy to pay the price because it really helps a lot. Okay, so moving on, we have our first part. So I want to go back to my canvas. I like to call this canvas, right? So big, I can see everything. It looks amazing. Well, at least to me, right? You might not say it's amazing, but to me, it looks good. So then, okay, we have the cat. We send it to the AI model completely free. I want to point that out, right? That's the main thing we are doing here. Free, 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 right? And I want to make this red. Why there are so limited colors? What's going on? How can I add a custom one? Where is a red color? Can I find a red? Okay, I don't have it here. Let's just use this. Okay, free. Free. Yeah, there you go. So all of this is free. So we have done that, and we did not download anything. We did not use a GPU. All we did was make an API call, and you can see it's so fast, right? Let me try another image for you guys so that it's easy. Now, what I will do is I will convert this into a Streamlit app so that it is easy to upload images and see the response again and again, right? That, I believe, is something you would want to use. Like, you just have a link on your desktop, you double click it, and I want a caption, drag the image, caption is generated, boom, end of story, right? So that's what I want to do. So let's add another image of myself, right? Why not? This is my image. I am calling it MURT for the short form, and I will run it. And let me just show you what the image is. This is my image, wearing glasses, a little bit of mustache, white shirts, man in white shirt and sunglasses standing in a parking lot. Amazing. Great. Free of cost. Right away, we are getting it. Maybe, in fact, what I want you to do, I want someone to try this out, how long it takes on average to get this response. So you can use the time library. You can import time with time, and you can try that out. How long does it take to respond? We're not going to do it now, but later on, do try it out and add it in the comments. I would love to know, on average, how long does it take you to get the response? Maybe it's different for me, maybe it's different for you. So that's what I wanted to check out. Okay, I will try it again. And there you go. I think it's maybe 2-3 seconds, right? Which is amazing. Okay, so this is done. We are all good with the first part. Now, what is the second part? The second part is AI captioning, right? Now, here we have the option of using ChatGPT. And to be honest, it is one of the best ones. Now, there's no denying about it. The second one is Gemini. Gemini is free to use, but there is a limit, there is a cap on it. And they have mentioned it. Let's check it out. Gemini API, right? Gemini API. Oh, it rhymes. Gemini API. Okay, so there you have it. So here you can see it's 60 requests per minute. Whoa, that is a lot. I mean, you want to generate 60 captions per minute? That's one caption per second. I would say, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, you can get that API as well. Or you could get the ChatGPT, which is paid. Or the one that we are going to do is we are going to use Hugging Face again, right? Because we are into a Hugging Face right now. We have already tried it out. So we will keep the momentum going, and we will do it with the what do you call, Hugging Face. And if you want, in fact, again, please do this with Gemini as well, and tell me in the comments which one is better. Is it Gemini, or is it the one that we are going to use in our Hugging Face? So Hugging Face, has all the free models, right? All the, well, you can say the open source models. So what we can do is we can go to Hugging Face. Now we want text to text generation, right? So we can go to models, and here in models, we are going to click on, here we will go to natural language processing, and we will click on text generation. So text to text. Now, here we have a lot of options. You can use Gamma, which is the Google version, which is the latest one. It is a little bit lighter, but we don't care about lighter at this point. We care about quality because we are going to use API reference, right? So I tried to check Grok, but Grok doesn't really have an API inference yet. Maybe they will add it later on, but I would be interesting to see, because here you see there's no inference right now, but later on they might add. So Gamma already has, I believe, an inference API as well. So you could use that, but you see it is a 7B model. And if you are going to use an inference API, why not use the best one, right? Why not go for the best one? So that's what we are going to do. We are going to go for the one that I think is really good, which is the Mixtral 8.7b, 8x7b. Now it does say 7b here, but it's much better than a regular 7B model. It's comparable to a 40B model actually. So that's why we are going to try it out. So the Mixtral outperforms Llama 2 70B. So there you go. They are even claiming that it is better than the 70B, the one that is 7B, right? So that's what we are going to use. So here we will see, we will click on deploy, and we have the Inference API. We'll click on that. And again, I will click on show API token. Guys, please don't copy my API token. So I will copy it here, and I will go ahead and paste it in our code. Now, the smart thing would be to do, would be to create another file. And should we do that? Okay, let's do it, right? I was going to go for the lazy route, but let's just do it, right? Why not? Let's open this up, and we are going to right click, and we are going to rename this file. And what should we call it? So this is for the semantics basic. I like to call it basic. Whenever you have the bare minimum code, I like to call it basic. So that's what we are doing here, semantics basic. And then we are going to create caption basic, right? So over here, we are going to go ahead and paste our new code. So the code that we got from our API inference part. Now, here you can see it says import request this. It is giving us the API URL. You can see it's Mixtral 8.7b. Then we have the query. This is the function. And then we have the actual query that we can send, and we can get the output. So to print the output, we'll write print, and again, we will write 0 and generated text, and that should give us the output. So here, what we will do is, this model actually gives you a text completion, right? So what that means is that it will say, can you please tell us, let us know more details about your blah, 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 blah. So it will complete the other words. We don't want that. We want to ask a question and we want the answer. So how can you do that? You can write here question, and you can write your question here. And then you can write answer, and then it will complete the blah, 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 right? I hope that makes sense. So the question, for example, will be create a, should it be create or write a caption? Yeah, it should be write, if I can write it right. Write a caption for Instagram, right? You could use other ones, Facebook, What others do we have? Snapchat. So you can use those. And you can write here that write a caption for Instagram using the following semantics of an image. Is that good? I think it's good. Okay, and then we can write the semantics here. We can make this an F string, and we can go back and then enter again, and that becomes an F string as well. And then we can write here, what should we write here? We should write here the caption. So the caption in this case is going to be, actually we are doing it for the bare minimum. We should not do all of that. Yeah, to be honest, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's not do this. Let's try it out first. That's not good. So let's remove all of that. Okay. Can you please tell us, let us know more details about your, let's see what it says, right? So let's run that and see what happens. Can you please tell us, why am I saying tell us? Let us know more details about your 1871 IT system. Is your reference here to the main legacy IT system, blah, blah, blah. So as you can see, it's not very good. It's just hallucinating at this point. So again, we are going to write here question, convert the following image semantics, or let's say, which I like to ask this question a lot, which is the largest country in the world, right? And then we will add this answer part, and then we will end it. So now it should give us the actual answer. So let's run that and see what it gets. There you go. Question, which is the largest country in the world? Answer, Russia. The point of this introduction is, of course, that a student who is Oxford economics, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it starts hallucinating, right? It gives you the answer, but then it just drifts off in the wrong direction. So we will ignore that for now, but the answer is right. And we do need to find a way to actually extract this answer only, because it is also giving you the question in the answer, right? This is our output text, right? It should not have the question. So it is having the question and the answer. So we will look into how we can extract that as well. Okay. So do you have any questions so far? Anyone has any questions? Okay, so now we will move on. And what we will do is we are going to put both of these together. So that's the main thing that we want to do. So here, if you look at this, so here, if you look at this, what we will do is we will copy the caption part, we will copy the semantics part, and we will merge them together and create a Streamlit app. That is what we are going to do. So how can we do that? So this is a semantics basic, this is a caption basic, and now we will create a new one and we will call it caption generator. There you go. So this is the one that we will use for generating our captions. So what we will do is, first of all, we need the semantics, right? So we will copy the semantics part, and we are going to paste it in our caption generator. And then we need the actual Streamlit app so that we can upload our image and then send it to our model, and it can give us the response. So how can we do this? We will write here import Streamlit as st, and as you can see it's not installed, so we will click on terminal and we will write pip, let me push it up, you can see pip install what's the name, Streamlit. There you go. So now it's installing the Streamlit app. Once that is done, then we will have our graphical interface. Now, what do we need? First of all, we need a title, right? Now, it's up to you if you want to add a title or if you want to add an image. Now, what I have done is I have created an image on Canva. I took some time and created an image that will look, I would say it looks a little bit better if you are working with these apps, right? Because everyone can add a title. Why not we take the step further and add a, let me turn off the dark mode because it will be difficult to see with that. Okay, so there you go. So this is the caption generator image that I want instead of the title. I can simply write caption generator, but I don't want that. I want this image. So how can we do that? So this image is very simple. You can download it. Probably I will add it in our project folder. But what you can do for now, if you are following with me, you can simply write st. You can simply write st.title, and you can write image captioning, right? So you don't have to go through the image part. But what we are going to do, we are going to write st.image, and we are going to give in our title image. So that will look good. So let me download this, or it should be downloaded already. Let me check in my folder. Do we have it here? Okay. Yeah, I found it. There you go. I'm going to paste it here. It's title.png. So what I can do now is I can write streamlit run, and we are going to give in the name. What is the name? It's caption underscore generator dot py. So invalid file does not exist. Yes. The spellings, I'm pretty sure I wrote wrong. Caption generator. Okay, there you go. So now we have our app that will be loading here very, very soon. There you go. So we are given a beautiful error because again, I wrote the spellings wrong. So you can write here image, and then if we go back and we refresh this and we still don't get anything. Is it the spellings again? How many spellings can I make wrong? Write wrong. Title.png. Interesting. Why is it not showing? Oh, there it is. Sometimes you just have to refresh, right? So that's the idea. So here you can see this is the main title, image captioning. But here, if you add this, it looks a little bit better. That's it. So it's up to you if you want to add that. What I will do is I will remove this part, and we are going to refresh this. And now you will see it looks nice and good. It says caption generator. So that's all well and good. Now what's the next step? The next step is that we need an input from the user. So what do? We simply write st.file uploader, and we upload the image. It can be JPG, it can be JPEG, it can be PNG. It's up to you. You can upload it. Okay, so that is good. And now once we get the file, we will store it in a variable called file. Yes, you can also write none for now if you want. I'm actually trying to build a Google Photos clone. I have made the app using React Native. I'm not able to filter the images based on the keywords being searched in the caption of images. Inference API actually takes a lot of time in generating the captions for all images in gallery. In that case, you have to download the model for yourself and you can run it from there. If you see our AI for Everyone course, in that I downloaded the model and did all of that. So it's much faster that way. Okay, so now that we have this file, what we can do, so we can say, let's just check if we are getting this. Refresh, and there you go. So now we have a drag and drop file part here. We can browse our files, and let me open the test images and let me click on one of them, and nothing happens because we have to do something, right? Okay. So you can see here, it's sending the command again and again. It's calling the API and we are just wasting the calls, right? That's not good. So where is it? Where is the, it's here. So we can remove that. Okay. So now the file is uploaded. Now we need to send it to this function so that it can give us the answer. So you can do two things. One is you can add a button that after you add the image, then you click on generate caption, or you can do it by default. Now I'd like to do it by default because that's the only functionality that we want. So if we wanted more, we could have multiple buttons for each one of these, but because we want only this part, so that's what we are going to do here. But we need to add, a spinner so that we know something is happening, right? So what we will do is we are going to write here that first of all, we will check if there is something in the file, then we will move ahead and do something, right? So what we will do is we will query our file. Now, this is the biggest difference. In fact, instead of query, we should write something else. Let's say generate, what should we call it? Semantics, right? That makes sense. We will write it here. Now, this is the biggest difference, as I was mentioning earlier. Earlier, we were giving a file name from our directory. For example, cat or more or title, right? But now we will not give that. We will give the actual file because we have the actual file. So we will give that. So we will write here file instead of file name. And here as well. But here, the code is written to process the file name and then process the file. So how can we do that? We can simply remove it. That's how simple it is, right? Sometimes life is just easy. So you just give in the direct file and that's even simpler than before, right? So now what we can do is we can simply write the semantics equals this, and we can simply write print semantics. So that's the idea. So if we refresh this, or should we print, or no, we should write it down. So we should write st dot, okay, let's put a subheader, semantics, why not AI? Thank you. Yeah, we can do this, but I don't like adding this here. Because we have created a function already, why not just ask the function to do it for us, right? So just give me the text right away. So we can write it here like that. Okay, that's well and good. So let's go ahead and try it out because we have been talking a lot and doing very little. So we need to do something, right? So let's refresh. And there you go. So now we have this drag and drop file. If I click on it, and let's say I click on this cat, and did it process? There you go. Semantics, there is a cat that is jumping over a fence. Now that's great. But you see, even I got confused, right? I was like, wait, did it work or not? Now we need to add, to cater this problem, we need to add the spinning part. So we will write here, if the file is available with spinning, we are going to generate the semantics. So while it is generating the semantics, please tell me that you're doing something so that I can stay in peace and I can enjoy watching it, right? Generating semantics. There you go. So even if it takes now 4, 5, 10 seconds, I will be at peace that something is happening. The user is fine. Oh, something is going on. But if nothing happens, you will be like, oh, did it get stuck? Is it working? What's going on? So we don't want to do that. So this is getting blur a lot. It's very annoying. I need to find a fix for that. Let me make it a little bit smaller. Oh, I am gone. Let me lock it. Okay. Is this better or was it better before? I think better was before, but because it's getting blur again and again, it might get annoying for you guys. So I will change that. Okay. That being said, let's move on. Okay, so if we go back to our, I want to go back to where? I want to go back to our drawing. So we have now even done the UI part for the semantics. We are getting it. Now we need to send it to our caption generator or the Mixtral to actually get the answer for our caption. So this is going to be very simple. Like we have done before, we are going to do the same thing again. And what I like to do is, before we do that, I like to view the image as well. And I want to put the semantics and the captioning on the side. But should we do it now or should we do it later? Let's do it later, because the main thing when you're creating such apps is the functionality. Once you get the functionality, then you can move on and try other stuff, right? Get the main part running first and then move on to the fancy things, right? Don't go to that part directly. Okay, so now what we will do is we will go to our caption basic and I will drag it on the side so we can compare both of these, right? Because some of the values here will be similar, so we don't want to copy that. So this is the part for captioning, and this over here, the part is for your caption generator, the semantics. So here we have import requests, all done. We have API URL, but the API URL is different. Here we have for the, here we have for the blip, and here we have for Mixtral, and this is for the text. So we need to change this. So we are going to write API URL, let's say semantics. We will copy this and we will paste it here, right? And this one around, when we copy that, we are going to paste it here and we will say caption. Okay, so now we have these two different values. But if we look at the header, it's the same, right? Because that is my unique ID, which again, please don't copy. That is going to be the same whether you use this model or you use that model. Whatever you do, it's going to be the same. So we don't need to copy that. Then we have our function that is giving us this value. So here we will copy that function and we will paste it. And this time around, we are going to call it generate caption, right? As we said, generate semantics. Now we are going to say generate captions. So that will be the main idea. Then we have, if you look here, again, we are not giving the actual text. So we need to get the text by using this. So we will add it here, right? And then the API URL we have to change. It is for caption. So we just need to send in the payload, and once we send in the payload, we should be able to get our response. So how do we send that? We will send it using our output query. We will write here with st spinner generating caption, right? I don't want to show that. It's copying my code. Okay, then what we can do is, okay, you win, right? It's showing me again and again. What's the point of hiding it, right? So what we will do is, instead of writing output is query and all of that, we will create a prompt dictionary. So what it will have is, it will have this input. By the way, this is a dictionary, right? You can see these brackets. So it's a dictionary. You have the key and you have the value. That's what dictionary is. So inputs is the key, and all of this is the value. So we are creating our prompt dictionary, in which we are saying that our inputs are basically like we did before: question, convert the following image semantics, and we give the semantics to an Instagram caption, and we are also giving these quotations, what are these called, parentheses, to an Instagram caption to make sure to add hashtags and emojis. So this is our text, right? Let me put it down a little bit so you can see that. And then at the end, we write answer, and then it will complete the words. So that's the basic idea. And then we can simply write generate caption, and we can send in our payload, which is the prompt dictionary. So this will give us the caption, and we can write a subheader caption, and then we can write the actual caption. So let's go ahead and try it out. We will refresh this. Is there a registration link for this code along this time? Unfortunately, I didn't prepare it ahead of time. So I didn't actually make the course page yet, but I will make it once the live session is done. I will add the code and everything there. So what we will do is, we will select one of the images. Let's be consistent. Let's keep the cat. Now it is generating semantics. Now it is generating caption. And there you go. So here it says question the following image semantics, blah, 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 make sure hashtag and emojis. And the answer is this. So now here is the problem. We need just the answer, right? We don't want all of this. We need just the answer. So how can we get the answer part? So what we want, what we know is that every time around, we are going to get this answer, right? This text we are going to get. So what we can do is, we can say whenever you find this, select all of the text after it. So select all of the text. Can you guys see? Yeah. Select all of the text after that, right? That's what we need to code. Now this is very simple. You might think it might be a little bit difficult, but no, it's very simple. All you have to do is, you have to write down, no, don't write import Streamlit. Seriously? Why would you write import Streamlit here? Sometimes this gets annoying because you don't want that, and you have to press the tab button. Tab is where it auto completes, but then it auto completes this, then you have to remove it. So it's a little bit annoying, right? But it works. Okay, so what was I saying? What were we doing? Yeah, the answer part. So we need to split it, right? So there is a very simple function. This we are already getting as a string. A string has a method, right? When you create a class, string is a class in which you have multiple methods. In those methods, one of them is split. We can use the split method with our own custom argument. The argument will be our answer. Okay, maybe it's confusing. I will show it how it works. So what we will do is, we will write caption dot split, and we are going to say split it where you see this. Wherever you find answer, there will be a part before the answer, there will be a part after the answer, and it will split that in half So it will be two different text variables. Then we can say get the second one. Okay, why? Because this variable will be the first one and this one will be the second one. So we need the second one. So we will write here 0 will be for the first one, sorry, and 1 will be for the second one. So that's how we will get the actual answer. So we will write here answer, or should we write, let's write here caption raw, because that's giving us raw value. We don't have the final answer. And here we will write caption. Caption equals this. So here we can write caption raw, and here we can write caption raw. So that will give us the actual value of the caption. And now instead of writing caption raw, we can simply write here the actual caption. See, that's why it gets annoying a little bit. Okay, so let's save that and we will run it. By the way, you don't have to save it. It's just a habit. I like to save it. It automatically runs. Okay, if you refresh from here, it should update your code. Okay, there you go. Semantics, and now you can see the caption. Leaping over the fence, this school cat's got some serious hoops. Cato, Finstagram, feline friends, perfect jumps, cat laugh. There you go. Now we have this up and running. Now the only thing that is left is, what is left? The what do you call, the layout. We need to fix the layout. So how can we do that? What I like to do, I like to put the image on one side, and then I like to have the caption on the other side. Now we don't need the semantics anymore, so we can remove the semantics. We can remove all of that. Only the displaying part. Of course, you want to show that it's generating this, and then it's generating the caption, and then it will show us. So what we will do is we will split it up into two columns. It seems that it can read me, right? I can say it and it can write it down. So it will split it up into two columns. And then what we will do, we will write with column 1, we are going to put our image, right? I want one image on the side. And yeah, that's what we want to do. st.image, and we will display our image on one side. And then with column 2, we are going to do all of generating semantics and the caption. You see how simple that is, how simply you can create your layout. Let me refresh that, add an image here, and it's generating the semantics. It's on one side, and there you go, you have the caption. So that's pretty amazing, right? So that's the good part about it. Now, if you wanted to go a little bit more fancy, you can do one more thing. Let me show you. Let me open up my ChatGPT, and we are going to ask it to make it more fancy. And how can we do that? I will show you. So here I have opened up ChatGPT. You can use 3.5 as well. I'm using 4, but it should work with 3.5 as well. In fact, let me put 3.5 so that it's free for everyone, right? Okay, so what we need to do is we need to say, I have a Streamlit app. I want you to make the text a bit fancier, right? Add a rectangle around the text and give a box shadow and make the edges curved, right? So we can do that. Where is our code? Our code is here. So we want to make this fancy, right? So yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, should be. So by default, it will give us the HTML part. So there you go. It's very fast. 3.5 is extremely fast. So yeah, that's the idea. So you can use here that this is the style, this is the fancy text, and then you have unsafe allow HTML. This is the style, and then you have fancy text. Will that work? I think, yeah, because it will add this to the class, and then it should work. We need to make this dynamic, right? So we can write the text should be dynamic. Didn't really do anything. Enter your text here. User text. Oh yeah, I did something. Okay, yeah, there you go. It's dynamic. Okay, so let's copy that and we will paste it over here. See, this is the problem with. Okay, so we have our style here and we have the user text. So the user text in our case is simply our caption. So we don't need this part. And yeah, I think that should be good. So we can remove the right part. And let's save this again. No need to save, but I like to. And let's refresh that. Perfect. I mean, can it be better than this? It looks amazing, right? So it's like you're getting something useful out of this, and you can simply copy this and use it in your Instagram. So here I can, for example, I took a very good image of myself and now I want a caption for it. I just drag and drop the image and now it's generating a caption. Let's see what it does. A man in a white shirt and stylish sunglasses is casually standing in a parking lot. Well, that's not really a caption, right? Let's write it here. Convert the following semantics to an Instagram caption for my post, right? If we add my, so maybe it will be better. We add this again. Sipping on some vino in the parking lot, dressed in white shades, wine time at park. I don't know where it got the wine from. But yeah, see, that's the thing with these big models that are free and open source, you will not get the best results, right? You might have to tweak it a little bit and you might get decent results, but the best results still you will get from maybe Gemini or ChatGPT. So let's try out this. 3 sheeps. Let's see what it says. Change your editor theme. What should I change it to? 3 little friends enjoying a sunny day in the field. One can't resist the delicious grass. Oh, that's really good. Sheep, nature, grass, friendship, pasture time, farm life. So, I mean, that's pretty good, right? So you can simply copy that and paste it and upload your Instagram caption. So that was the basic idea of our caption generator. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I believe this time around we did not take as much. Yeah, it's 1 hour only, 1 hour 15 minutes so far. So I would say it's not so bad considering we had 2 hour session last time. So it went above 2 hours. So yeah, that's the basic idea of how we can get this up and running. You can add your own images here. You can add your custom designs. You can make it really good looking. But again, you might need to use custom CSS and some JavaScript as well if you are using a different library other than Streamlit, or if you're doing just with plain vanilla JavaScript as well. So this is the idea of our model and our app today. You can see with API calls, it's very easy to get it up and running, and you can have it for your own personal use. You can upload this to any of the servers, the free servers like GitHub, or what's the name of the other one? Heroku, and you have a lot of options. You can upload these and then you can share it with your friends. You can share it in your portfolio. I would definitely recommend that you do that. You share it in your portfolio that this is something I have done, this is something I've created, because you won't get this right off the bat with existing AI models. So you have combined multiple AI models and you have created this. So it's very easy to generate. And as you can see, it's only, I would say, 60 lines of code if you don't get fancy. If you get fancy. If you don't get fancy, it would be even less than this. So that's how simple it is to get it up and running without any GPU, without paying a single penny. Now, what I will do is whenever I need to post, I will go ahead and drag my image here. I will get the captions. If I find that the captions are not that great, I will use maybe Gemini, which is free to use. And if I really want the best ones, if Gemini is not that good, then I will go maybe think about the ChatGPT as well. And it's the similar thing. You have to import a library like OpenAI, and then you can simply do the API call. And this we have explained in our AI for Everyone course, like we have done before. Now, the last thing I would like to say is that we are going to launch on 2nd April. We are launching an AI drone programming course, which will be an amazing course. If you like watching these live sessions, I pretty much record the videos like this and I explain what exactly can you do to get it up and running. AI now needs to go into drones so that they get that same intelligence and they can use that intelligence to do some real world tasks. One of the real world tasks that we will be doing, let me actually show you, because if you have stuck around all this way, you need a treat, right? You need something good. So let me actually show you a little video, a little demo actually, of what exactly we are building. It will be able to navigate through different obstacle courses. It will be able to find where is the obstacle course, automatically detects how to go through that, and then it will go through. So let me find, if I can find it here. So there we have it. This is the video I wanted to show you guys. So here you can see the drone is moving and it is moving through the obstacle, right? And then it's landing. So this is for the first one. I think this one was the fail one. It goes and hits, because it's not easy to get this up and running and get it tuned, right? There's a lot of trial and error that goes into it as well. No, it's the right one. Okay. So yeah, it moves around like this. Then we have the one. So I was testing different angles, different distances, that is it able to do it without all of that. So it's not hard coded that, okay, this is X amount of distance far from the drone and then you land. It's not like this. It will find the correct distance by itself. It will move around by itself. And then as you can see, it is navigating through that. So as you can see, with the one, it landed properly. Now we have two, and you can see that the last one is actually tilted a little bit. You can see this one. So again, I was testing out different scenarios, whether it will work on these scenarios or not. So you have to keep testing whether it works or not. So that's the basic idea. So I'm not turning on the audio as of yet. And there you go. The drone actually fell down and it hit the ground. But yeah, this is for the two. When you have two, I tried it with different, what do you call, angles. And here you can see I'm giving a different angle. The drone is, the camera is at the back and I'm following the drone around and trying to get some good footage out of it. And there you go. It's following it along. It looks pretty good. Or does it? You tell me in the comments. Yeah, this one, there was a mistake. I actually had the wrong code running or something like that. And it did it after only two and it landed. So there you have two of them. And then here it goes for the third one. You can see it turns and then. So again, this is the bare minimum to get started. I will tell you how to get tuned, how to make it better, and how to keep trying to keep getting better results. So you have to try and see how it performs. Here you can see from a different angle, it goes in and then there you go. It's actually going in the third one and then it lands. So that's the idea of, that was a very confidential video that I showed you. It's kind of unedited as well. So, but that's the thing. This is what we are going to do. This is what we are going to learn in one of the, what do you call, the projects. So make sure that you sign up. Now, how do you sign up? It's very simple. But signing up, you don't have to pay anything. Of course, you will get the chance to look at the actual prices and the course before you go ahead and buy it, right? So you can go to computervision.zone. Let's open that up. And there you go. Now you can see AI drone programming launching on Kickstarter, only 10 days left and 22 hours. And if you click on the Kickstarter page, it will take you to that Kickstarter page. And there you go. So here you can click on notify me on launch, right? So already 358 people are interested in this. They have clicked on it. So if you are interested, and as I mentioned before, this is one of the cheapest courses that we are going to sell because it is in double digits, right? The first basic version of this course will be in double digits. So if you go and check out our courses, other courses, we can go ahead and check it now. If we go to courses, we click on any of these courses, for example, web development, it starts from 297. So that's a triple digit number. And if we go to enroll now, you have 297, 397, 597, 997. So it can be a bit expensive, but keeping that in mind, we have shrunk down the price as much as we could. And we are giving 50% off only at the Kickstarter. So if you get on the first day, you will get 50% off. After that, you will get 30% off. But if you get on the first day, you will get a 50% off. And that is pretty amazing deal if you are interested in learning that. So that is pretty much it. Where can I get the Tello EDU drone? Well, you can get it from Amazon. It depends on where you are living. So you can get it from your local hardware store as well. Nowadays, a lot of electronics companies, they are also putting Tello drones on display. So you can get it very easily. It's not a big deal. And it is cheap. I mean, it's $100, $99. You will not find another drone that is this cheap and this good with all the SDK and functionality of computer vision and all that. I couldn't find it, right? Maybe you can. This looks really useful. I hope so, right? It looks amazing to me, and that's why I created this, so that others can benefit as well. So I think we are pretty much done for today. And if you have any questions, please add it in the comments. I would love to hear, where do you want this live podcast, or not podcast, live coding sessions to take direction? If you want to continue something like this, let me know in the comments below. If you want something else, if you want maybe news, AI news, or maybe just commentary on different programming tutorials or something like that, whatever you require, just let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely put that into my consideration. Now, we did have LinkedIn and Facebook this time around, but the software didn't work, and unfortunately I wasn't able to do this, but hopefully I will be able to fix that next time around, and we will have a good session next time on LinkedIn and on Facebook as well. So this is it for today. I hope you have learned something new. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you loved it, share it with your friends, and I will see you in the next one.